And we should be live. Let me go ahead and check. It says we're live. So the answer is, well, there's an ad playing, so yes, we are in fact live. There we go, there we go. Alright, hello everyone, Ace here. Welcome to today's live stream, and today I am back with some more Fallout 2. So, last stream we ended up playing a little bit, we ended up grinding a little bit, doing a quest to unlock the Sierra Army Depot, and so today we'll actually be going back to, well, we are back in Vault City. We're going to get a couple more quests done, try to get ourselves leveled up again. I have fixed it by restarting the computer, so the weird bugs we were having during our last stream are no more. So that's the good news. We do have 155 in weight, so we do need to... I think we already got a day pass. Alright. Yeah, because I have the mentats, I cannot go in. Oh, and the booze as well, I would assume. So we're going to have to smuggle those in, I'm afraid. We'll sell the booze, and then we'll, I guess, sneak the mentats in. There's an easy way to do it with the mentats, at least, though, so... So there's a couple of quests we can do here that'll be useful. Alright, let's talk to this guy, sell him the booze. He doesn't have... I'll just get rid of it. Screw it. He doesn't have any money. It's only 20 and I can afford that. Now let's see if... Does the clinic or the well have anything that needs to be... Oh, an auto dock. The auto dock might be needing to be repaired. Oh well. Let's go up here now, and now we'll do it again, but this time we will drop all of our goodies. The mentats will need to be dropped, so. And then that'll open this up to be easy to have us be searched. Or 5, 6, 7, 8. There. And we have smuggled in successfully all of our mentats. There is a funny bit of dialogue as one of the things you can get, so we will do that right now. This is a low IQ playthrough after all. I have a correction center over there. But to actually get the strength module in here, we need to complete a quest for that. Now, the good news is getting the strength module should actually give us a couple more points in unarmed. So that'll be nice. Alright, the Central Council. And over here is the first citizen. And boom. We are now wearing a vault suit.
You're wearing a vault suit. I never imagined I would meet an inhabitant of another vault. This Vault 13, where is it located?
Vault!
That must be your IQ on your jumpsuit, not a vault number.
Number.
I don't know how you mustered the brain power to get inside the city, but I'll make sure you don't wander in here again. Guards! Escort this imbecile outside the walls.
No! And she runs away. Let's see if there's any funny conversation with us wearing the power armor.
Good day to you, stranger. I am First Citizen Lynette. May I inquire as to your business here?
Business.
I don't know how you mustered the brain power.
Okay, it's just the same conversation. And that's why we have the mentats.
You're wearing a vault suit. I never imagined I would meet an inhabitant of another vault. This Vault 13, where is it located?
I don't know. I'm trying to find the vault my ancestor came from. Can you help me?
Oh, now I understand. What proof do you have that your ancestor was from a vault?
I have the sacred artifacts of the Vault Dweller, this vault suit and this holy flask.
A dirty vault suit and a battered canteen? That is your proof? Who knows where you scavenged those relics from? Or who you killed to steal them?
Please look at them again, they're genuine.
Very well, let me see. These are authentic. Unbelievable. You are a survivor from another vault. Welcome to our city. You must have suffered much in the outside world.
Need a Garden of Eden kit, do you
I'm
have
sorry,
one?
but we used ours to start Vault City. I do not believe there were any spares, but you could check the acquisitions office. It is located by the entrance to our vault. Perhaps some mention of your vault is in our computer archives. We could check the vault computers. They would probably have the information you seek, but only citizens are allowed to access the archives.
Is there some way I could become a
Speak
citizen?
with Proconsul Gregory. He has authority to administer the citizenship test. He can be found in the meeting room down the corridor. Or there is another way to become a citizen. Rather than taking the test, you could prove your commitment to the vaults in a more substantial way. As an outsider, you are in a unique position to resolve a difficult situation for us.
What kind of situation?
There's a town, if you could call it that, to the northeast of our city. It is filled with creatures that are polluting the groundwater with dangerous radiation. Those things are operating a damaged atomic power plant. You see, they are immune to radiation. They don't care that they are slowly killing us with their poisons.
I love how one of the options is, sounds like they're doing the world a service. Find some other outsider to do your dirty. I mean, clearly she's a bitch. On the other hand, getting the reactor fixed is probably a good idea if it is actually leaking radiation. So I don't know. Maybe having a little Chernobyl here isn't the best of plans. I'm sure I know there's a peaceful way to resolve this anyways, so. New Council McClure. We only had one. Lasted long before it broke down a number of years before I was even born. They were supposed to have two. Apparently, the old government messed up the shipments and we received a shipment that was meant to go to vault number 13, I think. Probably received our other gig. Water chips, 100 or so. They sent so many, we never needed to replace ours. We've had same water chips since the day our people lived underground in the vault. the geck that broke down. Used for other applications. Well, now we know. There probably is a spare one for Vault 13. Now, there is someone else we can talk to and potentially get a quest done here for some free loot. Or free XP, anyways. Did you want something, or are you just going to stand there gawking like a moron? Or did you just happen to miss the huge sign on the side of the building? Of some sort, right? Anyways, look. Something repaired, or did you just... Laser turret parts, computer monitors, you name it, when I can get the tools of my job. Just got missing again. And my player's teeth are stripped. Problem is, I can't just go out and buy some new ones. I have to requisition them from Vault City. Means filling out 5 billion lists, submitting them, triplicate, and waiting. So why... Hell, I ordered a super snap-off tools kit months ago. But just like always, it won't show up until I need it. Don't need it anymore. It's a wonder things ever get done around here. Maybe I can help you. Yep, here you go. Here's a few bucks for your trouble. So we got money and we have... So we get away today, and then we get more of the reward, which is a super repair kit. So there we go. I think that's all we really need to do for right this second in here. Now, traveling to the next town over, which is Gecko, actually does require us to spend more time than the mentats last. So we actually have to wait a few days for the effects to wear off. See, there we go. So, we'll see if there's anything that we can kill for some easy XP while we wait. Sounds like they might have restored already. Now, I can take the mentats again and talk to this guy. Now that I've got them, and now that my intelligence is back up.
Hello there, smooth skin. The name's Harold. I help keep this town running.
Let's know if there's something called a garden creation kit here. Okay, why is the screen froze? Uh-oh. The game might have just crashed. Oh, wait, here we go.
Garden of Eden creation kit? A geck, right? I seem to remember Vaults had those. Don't know where you'd find one today.
Alright, well.
What you need, youngster?
What do you do here?
Whatever it takes to keep this place together. Better job on it than me.
Place is coming apart?
Well, sorta. Our atomic reactors are mind sensitive. The people I got running it mean well, but, well, they are not the sharpest tools in the shed, if you know what I mean.
Oh, what do you mean?
need a little time on the whetstone yourself, huh? I mean, they are not too bright. Here's an example. The other day, I get a report. On it, it says the main coolant valve should be shut down. That would have caused a meltdown. That would make the Grand Canyon look like a pig wallah.
Sounds bad.
Yeah, that would be bad. Now, I got things fixed up in time, but we came close to the end there. Whew. They need someone to watch out for them.
Like, good thing you're here to help them.
Who'd have thought I'd be making things right? Although, if we don't get a hydroelectric magnetosphere regulator pretty damn quick, there is gonna be trouble.
Alright, let's find out what that is real quick.
Well, technically, it's a thing.
What does it do? We've discovered this thing is a thingy.
Without a functional hydroelectric magnetosphere regulator, we are leaking radioactive coolant into the groundwater. Now that means anyone using that water is not going to need a nightlight to take a midnight piss. Also, we need more fuel because our power plant is not burning it very efficiently.
Alright, let's see where we can get one.
I'm certain those ornery bastards in Vault City have one. Not that they'd share. Hell, even if we had one of those thingies, I'm not so certain Festus could install the dang thing.
You know what it means that groundwater wouldn't be polluted anymore?
Well, they'd only help us if they thought it was in their own best interest to do so. Not much chance of that happening.
I mean, the groundwater's getting polluted, so we could fix it. It does sound like it's in their best interests. Convince them that they should.
Shoot ghouls on sight makes conversation a bit tricky.
Or someone else could tell the truth.
We need a hydroelectric magnetosphere regulator, and it needs to be installed soon, or we have got some real problems. If we don't get it, you can bet those boneheads from Vault City will shut down our power plant permanently. Take dirt naps. Vault City doesn't play nice. They'll just come up here and kill all of us if we don't get that part. Well, at least I'll have a tree for a monument.
Sounds like you need that hydro thingy pretty badly. Let me ask you something else right now, though. What was it?
We need a hydroelectric magnetosphere regulator, and it needs to be installed soon, or we have got some real problems. We get our fuel from the Broken Hills. That's a mining community some way south.
Where would you get one of those hydro... Okay.
Well, I'm certain they'd only help. They shoot ghouls on sight. We need a hydroelectric...
Alright, we're going to talk to the Vault City again. This time, we're actually going to go ahead. Hey, so what do you think of the Wolfenstein games? I mean, the old ones are good. Who are you? Your mom. My mom doesn't know what Fallout 2 is. Ooh, we have a random encounter. Dogs versus robbers. Okay. All of these are enemies, so we can... I think the robbers are running away because they know they're screwed if they pick a fight with me. Alright, let's punch this guy's lights out. Ah, you critically missed and dropped your own weapon as a result. and one of your other buddies shot you instead. Some of them are actively running away as a result of the chaos that I have inflicted. Alright. One dead. Let's see how many more of them decide to pick fights with me still. A couple of them have knives out. I'll just haymaker you right into the eyes. And dead. Kingdom had the best critical failures, blowing off your own head because of a misfire and having to restart his peak of gameplay. Yeah, I'll give you that. And he went flying. Can we get him to go fly too? Yes, we can. He actually hit us. Unfortunate, or she did, I guess. Unfortunately, an easy enough fight. 700 more XP, and we actually have one coming back for more. How is my XP pool looking? Still need to get a little bit more even when we do the quest to level up properly, but welcome to death. Okay, you can run, but even with that, I have the movement points to reach you and do an aimed attack. Well, that's another 110 XP. I'd argue Arcanum also has the best low intelligence play for any game. The fact that you can actually take Idiot Savant and get basically guaranteed low intelligence dialogue rolls regardless of how many intelligence points you actually have is up there. Alright, our intelligence has returned to us. We are going to drop the mentats. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And our mentats have been successfully smuggled in. Now, we can already do a couple of quests, or get a couple of rewards since we waited today. Alright. I mean, it's not really extra XP on its own, but we can get the plant optimized, I believe, and then we can potentially get a third quest or something, if I remember correctly, to further improve the water plant, or the nuclear plant. Arcanum in general is a very good game. Correct. You might have a part that could fix Gecko's power. Item, hydroelectric magnetosphere regulator could make that plant run clean. Your citizenship, and there's not a damn thing she can do about it. Randall, the chief amenities officer. Okay. Then we just talk to the. Then we just program the robot, and we'll be golden. Good morning. Hope your day is going well. So far, so good. Hopefully in a few hours we'll see if the Steam frame gets released officially or not yet. That's one thing I've been waiting on. You said you'd be stopping by. Broku the second, right? Wait a minute. 1 minute. I got... Okay. Alright. And we are not overloaded, so we can just run it straight over to Gecko and get it done. So becoming a citizen does give us access to the vault. It gets us access to being able to get the strength module, which will improve our unarmed stat a little bit too, once we boost our strength naturally and permanently. Well, once we boost it permanently, I should say, but, you know. So yeah, we are making good headway in that regard. Looks like our intelligence has returned to us. Perfect. Off to here we go. Now, I think I need my mentats to be able to actually talk to this guy. You ain't a kick. Alright. Let's not become an addict of mentats. Even though we use a shit ton of them.
What you need, youngster?
Need to fix. I guess I should get it installed soon.
What you need, youngster?
Okay, well, at least we can head over and get it repaired. Now, there's a process to it a little bit, not too much, but, you know. But yeah, if the Steam frame does end up coming out, I'll be able to know exactly how much it's going to cost and how much I need to budget for the damn thing. So that'll be lovely. Function. Maintenance for robot, huh? Let me see what I can find about that. Initiate general. Initiate repair sequence. Coolant valves. Okay. Yes. I wonder what that means. Job task, location recognition, inoperative. Unit not capable of recognizing movement locations at extended distances. Recommend move unit to intermediary locations as waypoints to final job task location. Just east wall. It's located just right. Main coolant shut-off valve. All right. So there is actually a. So here's a cheat sheet. Just go from the planets as they were. The last one, which at the time would have been Pluto, because you know Pluto got done dirty since this game came out. But we start with Pluto. Then I believe it's Neptune or Plutonium. Then uranium, then Saturn, then Jupiter, and then we finally do this. And we end program. Now let's execute it and see how it goes. This should work completely perfectly, I think. Unless I'm such a moron that I somehow managed to get the planets numerically screwed up. Okay, we've succeeded and got the best XP option at that. Alright, can this guy please move? I need you to move. Move over, ghoul. Okay, the ghoul has moved. Alright, we can tell him that it's been fixed, and then maybe McClure. They might both give me rewards, I don't know. We'll find out.
Mighty kind of you helping us out with the atomic power plant. We're in your debt. Now, what can this cranky old carcass do for you? Well, you might try talking to Woos over in the Harp. You can't miss it. It's just across the way.
I mean, I kind of already could go there. Well, yeah, why not? Let's see what's in there. Woos does not have anything. I like the animation of the man clad in tow power armor scratching his head as if that would work. Well, we are playing as a low intelligence character, so... I mean, there is a way technically to get rid of an itch if you're wearing something on your head. Working in a prison, I see it all the time. Guys that have wavy caps or stuff like that will just pat their heads. And that gets rid of the itch. Alright, let's go ahead and head in. We have our intelligence back. Or at least the mentats have worn off completely. Time to drop them all behind enemy lines again. You have to commend these guys for the amount of bravery that they have to try to stand up to a guy in power armor if it really came down to it. Alright, we can now go in and get this squared away. Now, now, becoming a citizen does also open up the shop. So, Randall, for example, will actually be able to sell to us when he couldn't before. So, how's your prison work doing, by the way? Any really annoying customers at the moment? The big thing recently has been the tablets that we've brought in, or got in, for the inmates to use. They've been jailbreaking the shit out of them because they're androids. So, we've been on a rampage to confiscate ones that we find are jailbroke, and they've been doing a lot of stuff to try to hide the fact that they're jailbroke too. I actually saw one guy who was so desperate that he found one that wasn't jailbroke. He took a screenshot of the login screen of that and used it as the background to the one that he had that was jailbroke to try to hide the fact that it was jailbroke. So it would just show the login screen as the background. Problems were numerous, though, with that. First off, because the camera that he used, it was actually, the image came in backwards. So all the letters and the logo for the company came in backwards. And therefore it was instantly easy to spot that way. Secondly, because the lighting, it was noticeably way more dark in certain edges of the screen as opposed to certain other edges, because they couldn't avoid getting shadows all over it. So it was really, really funny to watch, to see that. I mean, it is very much a they're doing what they can with what they have sort of situation, but we also have to confiscate it for numerous other reasons. There've been, so yeah. Alright, I repaired Gecko's plant. Forced us to relocate. You are commended on the job well done. Here's your citizenship papers if you ever need anything. Okay. We are now a citizen. So, there's that. I could tell you about some of the other funny stories.
Yes? What is it? Have you resolved the situation? So, you disabled their plant?
No, I repaired it. Councilman Carrot gave me the part I needed, and that was enough to get the plant running properly.
What? He did? I suppose he granted you citizenship also. Fixing Gecko's plant won't solve anything. Those creatures, they cannot be trusted. What happens when their plant starts leaking again?
Yeah, these will probably get you kicked out, so I'll come back later when you've calmed down.
You had better watch your step in this city, citizen. I'll be watching you. One misstep and you'll be exiled.
Alright. Let's avoid that. Hampering with government property whilst in prison doesn't sound like the best idea. You say that, but these guys are actual, well, some of these guys aren't exactly the brightest out there. Like, another one of them that's in there, right, actually set his background for the tablet that he had to an image of him kissing his girl. His sweetheart, which proved to us, one, that he had access to the internet, which is another reason why they jailbreak the shit out of these things. Because otherwise he wouldn't have been able to get it. And two, yeah, it really does show how much they are able to mess with code. Some of them have also been putting on passkeys onto the tablets, so when you try turning it on to see, oh, hey, is this jailbroke or not, it won't show anything other than enter the passkey. The problem is, when they do that, it's a pretty good damn clear giveaway that it's been jailbroke. Because you can't, with those tablets, you can't set a passkey on them normally. Okay, seeing all of these water chips after all the hell we went through to find one of them in the first game is a fucking troll. Okay, let's... We can I think this is where we actually can get... Alright, let's go ahead and try picking this lock. My lack of skill has jammed the lock. That ain't good. Well, it worked that time. More water chips. More water chips. So yeah, as a result, if I see one with a passkey put on it, I'm just instantly snagging that. Yes, they also don't realize that anything they do on their jailbroken tablets will be stored on the device. Yeah, that's another thing I look for is... So there is a special Wi-Fi thing set up for them. That they can get on, but it's highly limited, and it only works on the specific things that it's supposed to. So if we see just that, then that's usually a good sign. However, or at least if they have, there's a couple other signs too. So when they jailbreak the tablet, it actually is listed as unassigned. So if you find one that's not assigned, well, it's pretty. So we use raw physical strength. We have the red memory module now. But they know they just don't care, and part of the reason that they don't care usually is you have to remember how many of them there are there, and the fact that they're all doing it. They're basically trying to overwhelm the system through the sheer number of them that have jailbroken their tablets and shit. Alright. But yeah, they're trying to just overwhelm it and basically turn it into such a target-rich environment for jailbroken tablets that you basically just give up the mindset of if we do it we have to do it to all of them that we find. Problem is, they've been doing shit with the tablets that's enough that's caused everyone to... They've made it necessary to actually... get the tablets taken when we catch them on stuff. So. Explosives. A motion sensor. So technically I wouldn't have needed to bought it elsewhere. Okay, first aid. How is my first aid skill looking? It's actually maxed out. So there's no point in me taking first aid anymore. What is this? Empty hypodermic. Okay. In we go. Overwhelming the system works until privileges get revoked. Yeah. I have been snagging a shit ton of tablets too. One day alone I found something like 10 jailbroken tablets just doing my rounds. One of these is a important computer that we can use. Alright, let's see. Is there any other locations that the computer that I need is at? Actually, it might be this one over here. Fail, you're definitely... And nimbly unlocks the door, have 25 experience points. Yeah, exactly. Okay, I think this might be it, so we'll try it. But yeah, because they've all figured out how to jailbreak the things pretty much, when we go in there, chances are really good you'll be able to find a jailbroken tablet, so... Like I said, when I find them, I just snag them at that point. Now, if they break the tablet, they get to pay for it, and it's something like $700 for the tablets, even though they're not exactly... cheap. That's the amount that they get to pay for it is. Do I need a higher level of intelligence? I shouldn't, but maybe it's this computer. Search the archives for the location. Okay, let's actually do the Garden of Eden kit. Okay. Received a box of surplus water chips intended for another vault. The other vault most likely received vault second shake. Archives list only 2 vaults, Vault 8 and Vault 15, located far to the south. Oddly enough, there is no mention of Vault 13. So we know Vault 15 was next to 13, so that gives us an easy clue. Guess fucking with things to annoy the guards is part of what makes it fun for them. If they're in there for a long time, they might as well have their fun, probably their thought process. No, it's they want to get on the internet, because they'll use Instagram, they'll use Facebook, they'll get onto YouTube. In fact, some of them have discovered my channel. So, my thought process to counter this when some of them discover my channel is, some of the blocks is to basically tell them of some of the videos I have that are funny but haven't really gotten that many views in a while. Like, for example, I told them about how one of my videos was about how in Oblivion I created a spell called socioeconomic factors that when you cast it causes random NPCs to randomly start attacking the cops in Oblivion. So what I've done is, so I tell them about that, and then I can actually look and see how many of them are searching for that video. Or when I tell them about how one of my videos is literally titled, "Do you see that your breasts can be as devastating as armed torpedoes?" And for those who don't know, yes, that's an actual video. It's actually making fun of an anime where that is actually the official English dub of that said anime and making a joke up on that. But yeah, I told them about that just to see how many of them were able to find that video or things like that. Or the time that I told them about how I made a video titled How to Properly Greet Feminists, and it's just footage of me playing a whale hunting simulator. Wow, Ace out there using prison labor to boost his channel. I remember both of those. So yes, having a look at, get them to, I could check that way and see exactly how many are searching for those kinds of videos. And, yeah, I've even checked on occasion to see, when I find one that's jailbroke, if it can actually check and watch YouTube. So I just look at some of my own videos, just to see if it actually could access YouTube. And when it does, it usually results in amusement, to say the very least. So yeah, that's something I have done. And yes, you could argue that it's boosting the channel a little bit, but I could also argue that it's work-related, because I can get statistics in a unique way to see just how many people have the tablets jailbroken in any specific block. Because one thing they will do is they'll actually ration the number of them that are jailbroke at any given point, because they don't want to lose them all in one go. So they'll basically designate one or two to be the jailbroke tablets in any given block usually. And they will also, another thing I've noticed is, trying to give me a moment here. They'll especially prioritize tablets from people that are getting released. So basically, person that's getting released will say, I never got a tablet, man. Because there is a shortage of them. Partially because everyone keeps jailbreaking the damn things. And partially because the shipments haven't completely arrived. We still have a queue of about 40 people needing tablets. And that queue tends to only grow because more of them get jailbroke all the time. So, as a result, there are people that'll go, hey man, I didn't get a tablet when they get released. And what they actually did was they traded it away for some soups that they can eat. Alright, so the archives list, okay. Continue to search the archives for more information. Power generator. Vault City's generator is already approaching its limit. Without a new power supply, Vault City will be unable to expand. Alright. So, I think we can insert the Pip-Boy into the empty slot. Comes from Pip-Boy. The Pip-Boy continues to whistle away and silently sit on his feet. Starts wagging his finger at you. Give the little bastard the finger right back. Try to determine what's wrong. Displayed beneath the Pip-Boy states that your last scheduled maintenance was 50.352 years ago. Repton need to be reformatted. Sure, we'll reformat. Okay. What are these tablets intended for in the first place? They can watch movies on there occasionally if they bought them from the official app. They can, using their commissary money, or listen to music using the proper app. They can read books from the library. I believe they have access to the Gutenberg Project, more or less, if I remember correctly. And which they need that because potential law libraries or whatnot to help make their case. Also, to any prisoners watching this stream, hi there. No, I am in a hotel. Well, we call it that sometimes. Alright. I sometimes tell them that when they're getting released, not forget to rate us 5 stars on the review and add the lines "will repeat." Alright, let's see about Gecko. We have gained our perception and charisma again. Hooray. Alright, let's wait till morning and see what he wants for potential. Because there is a quest to optimize this, so... Oh shit, I used the mentats on him. On Harold. Now Harold's gone more intelligent. No!
What you need, youngster? Garden of Eden creation. What you need, youngster? Well, we're doing better now you fixed our reactor. I never thought anybody'd get those idiots in Vault City to help us out. Mighty kind of you. Not many smooth skins would do that for a town full of ghouls. Kind of reminds me of a smoothie I knew way back when. Another smooth skin. Had a lot of respect for that one. Well, I could probably remember if I wasn't dead. I'd never get tired of that joke. Yeah, to be honest, can't remember the name. But they wore a funny suit, kind of like the one you're wearing. That's so. Well. That explains a thing or two. I wondered why you looked familiar. I'm not losing the last couple of marbles I got left.
We really look alike?
There's a resemblance, near as I can remember anyways. You know, your ancestor saved the whole darn lot of us.
All of the
Jump
gold.
to conclusions, youngster. That's gonna get your ass shot off someday. All of us saved every two-legged shuffler on the dang planet.
I mean, that is true.
And what happened next? For a thank you, the damn high and mighty Vaulties booted the Vault Dweller out. I always wondered what happened after that. Well, I'd sure like to hear that.
Legend of the Vault Dweller starts with Vault casting him out into the dry wastes. You tell Harold the story of your ancestor. That's why I'm looking for Vault 13 now.
Well,
Okay.
thanks for telling. I sure was curious all these years. You got your work cut out for you. You know, well, I've been saving these for a rainy day, but it sounds like you're gonna need them more than I ever will. Here, take these. What you need, youngster? Well, we're doing better now you fixed our reactor. You know, you're a lot like the Vault Dweller.
Alright, I got something from him. I don't know what. But at least... I know there's also a way to potentially enhance the efficiency of the plant. We'll see if that does anything. I'm the worst tragic player in the world. But yeah, they've been doing a lot of stuff. One of the big things is some of the assholes in there, though. And this is one of the big things that really set it off, is some of them decided it'd be a great idea to try to contact their victims online using the tablets, and as a result, we take them whenever that happens. So that's what really started it, on us going after the jailbrokes, specifically. Thing is, these things, I would say as much of a hassle as these new things are, they're still an improvement over the old way that we used to have it. Because it used to be that they had a tablet that was harder to jailbreak, and you almost never saw one of the old ones get jailbroke. They also weren't assigned to anyone specific. They were assigned to blocks, more or less. But they also all got we also had chirps, which are basically text-only phones, mobile phones that they could get. So they would try stealing the tablets from one block to another, as well as try taking the chirps with them when they got moved as well. Well, the chirps they could keep unless they were on lockdown or something, but it was just 2 pieces of equipment there. It was a massive hassle. Mole rats, you say? Perfect. And the number one question that we used to get all the goddamn time was, hey man, can I get a chirp? Now it is admittedly, hey man, can I get a tablet? But at least you don't hear it quite as often as, hey man, can I get a chirp? Boom. Well, that's another 1200 XP. Easy peasy. I mean, you call this a large pack of geckos? There's 3 of them here. And he's dead too. Is the third one aware of me? No, he is not. Or he might actually be running away. If they contact people they shouldn't have contact with, it creates not only a legal problem, but potential liability. Yeah. Exactly. There he comes. Alright, there's some more easy XP for us. Another pack of geckos. I'm actually going to skip that because the sheer number of these things, it's just... Okay, this is perfect. The mole rats are coming after me. That is also perfect. Alright, another one dead. A single hit for 3 hit points. Now to kill the rad scorpions. That's another one dead. Did you ever watch Prison Break? I haven't seen that, no. Pack of centaurs. This is perfect. So far, one of them managed to hit me for a single hit point, and it's a mean centaur too, apparently. Ah, shit. Alright, we'll pierce strike that one to kill it. There, it died. So, another one wounded there. Man, centaurs really got visual downgrade from Fallout 3 on. These guys look much better than the single-headed, tentacled centaurs. Yeah. I'll give you that one, alright? Oh. Alright, let's pierce strike this one. Since we have the AP, we can actually, you know, when these things land. Okay, that one's alive now. Only one scene, first 3 seasons of Prison Break scene. Okay, fair enough. So we go after this one still. He's knocked out, but still very much alive. Finally it dies. So we blinded one of the heads of that centaur there. But yeah, once we hit rank 34, we'll be able to just get insta crits guaranteed, and then each one of those guaranteed crits have a chance to just insta kill shit. So it's a good idea to take it, especially since we've guaranteed with our better criticals, we've guaranteed that any crit that we get is a better one than normal, anyways. Alright. That's another one dead. And that's 3,300 XP more for me. And there we go. Does that get me enough? Yeah, it does actually get me. So that would have been 4,000 XP total. Yep, I'm gonna level up again by the time I make it to San Francisco, I think. And that should put us at... aliens, and there's a cave? Oh my. One of them died already. Alright, let's go ahead and kill these guys too. Alright, and he's still alive. Unfortunate. Oh, no. Oh. Oh, well. Well, we got 2 dead so far. That's good. Now, they have been hitting me for a lot of damage when they do crit. But we should be able to weather the storm with the way it's looking so far. Got it. Alright, my turn. Miss. Dead. Dead. Alright. Not feeling so hot with all your buddies dead now, are you? No, he still wants to play. Alright, let's walk over and finish it off. Still out of range. No, we're not. Oh. Well, we did level up, but let's put it out of its misery. Boom. We can take our second action boy. Now we are up to 12 of these. 12 action points. Yeah, once we hit level 24, we're pretty much set at that point, I think. This cave is empty. Darn it. It was full of aliens or rats or mole rats or something, we would be rolling an XP right now. Swarm of floaters. I mean, they do provide a lot of XP. but they are a pain in the ass to deal with. Who's dumber, the monsters or the character? The character. Alright, there we go. 4 of these aimed attacks per turn. That's beautiful. Alright. We've been poisoned. Oh no. I'm hitting it, but I'm not getting a lot of crits, which is unfortunate. Might need to attack a different location on these things. See, can I improve the speed also? Yes, let's do that. Let's try this. There we go. Oh no. Well, you took away one of my moves. They're actually starting to do some damage. But once I start killing these things, it'll... Let's try, I guess, the float sack? Well, that seems to have stunned it. Well, that one's... Yeah, they have so much life, though, that it's gonna cause this fight to drag on, especially when they start doing that. Or if they knock me down and cause me to lose AP as a result. But once I get enough of these things dealt with, we should have, hopefully, another increase in our XP. A good shot there. Okay, let's see. Let's try the four-mouth again. I mean, it's good when it hits, but it's not doing that much. Maybe I'll do a different move. Oh, those Wanamingos look like alien heads from Alien. Let's try a piercing kick on one of these bad boys. I mean, it works. Finally, one of them is dead. Watch too much alien movies, because between the Wanamingos and the floaters, there's just no way for them to not at least like the movie. Yeah. Alright, let's try another piercing kick on this one, I guess. I mean, he's alive, but it didn't do that much. Okay, we can now try another piercing kick to this one. We'll try there. Wait, who hate Alien or Aliens movies? I don't think anyone does, really. I mean, if it was Alien 3, I could understand some hate for it, sure. But that's not the ones we're talking about. So the armor-piercing hits do seem to be doing way more damage, at least, if nothing else, and they do seem to increase our crit rate. He's been hit again. So far, I mean, I know there is some people who hate Alien 3 and Alien 4. Exactly. So far, we've only killed one of these things, and these fights for the floaters always seem to take forever for some reason. They just refuse to die. There we go. Another one dead. Two of them dead. Now the fight gets much faster because, well, there's two less enemies attacking us. Alright, we'll let them all get into range. Okay, well at least I can get 2 of them into range immediately. And that should allow me to get 2 more hits on. Alright, and now that they're all in range, I can now start doing the piercing kick again and see if that makes much of a difference. Not only did that not make a difference, it probably moved him just far enough out of range for me to have to relocate just to attack him. That's unfortunate. Yes, that's exactly what happened. Oh well, I can still hit these 2 here and do as much damage as I can. But yeah, once we kill the rest of these, we'll get some XP out of it. And... Alright, another piercing kick away. And he's dead. We'll pierce kick this guy too. He's dead as well. Awesome. And they all died. Oh, shit. Well, that's another 5,000 XP for me, so that puts me a significant chunk of the way to the next level up. And if I do hit it, well, that's level 22. That just means 2 more levels before we hit max. Or not max, but hit the Slayer perk, I mean. So now that we have healed up, I'm going to see about heading into... Because, yeah, the plan here is some Deathclaws. Okay. Okay, there's 1 adult Deathclaw here. I'll let them get into range the rest of the way, and then we'll begin the ass-kicking in earnest. So it's a tough Deathclaw. Neat. We hit it so much that it's now running away. Like David Movie's man, 20% screwed him up in the alien form. Alright, now, let's continue the ass-kicking. And they all got sent flying. Are they... Okay, one of them is running as a result, but another one is staying here, probably stunned. Alright, we will re-engage. The ass-kicking shall continue. Let's continue the... I want to kill this thing before it runs. Damn it. Deathclaws may have a shit ton of health, but they aren't that armored, so it isn't that hard to beat the shit out of them. Oh no! Now the big problem is these guys are probably able to see me before I can get in range. Yeah. Yeah, there's no point in picking a fight with these guys because they'll just run away again. So I got literally 0 XP out of that fight just because the game won't let me. Because I know I'm not going to be able to sneak up on them. And I also know that they are all running away. Okay, a swarm of floaters. Can I go into this cave at least? And it's a Deathclaw cave! There's a shit ton of them in here. If I survive this, I am getting a lot of XP. Okay, how many of them are aggroed? All of them. Well, at least a good chunk of them. We killed another one. Okay, so it looks like at least 2 of these things are aggroed now. So if I get into position, I can maybe pick these things off one at a time. Deathclaw, they're everywhere. Yes, I know. These guys seem to be scared because they just watched me kick the ass of 2 of their buddies. Ooh, one of them seems to... Okay, we might have 2 that are aggroed and willing to fight me. No, they're all scared. Okay, they're lesser Deathclaw, that's why. This one's willing to fight. We'll take it on. They know what's coming, and that's why they were running away. So yeah, these things are Deathclaw, but they are a weaker Deathclaw type, so I might not be getting as much XP out of these things per pop. But they're still fucking Deathclaws. Surely I'm going to be getting a lot of XP out of this, though. It might not be the full, what was it, 1750 for a regular tough one. But even if these things are close to 500 a pop, well, with the number of them I have killed here... Okay, it looks... Okay, no, they're all just lesser Deathclaws. Let's see how many we're going to be snagging as a result of this. Don't you run away from me, lesser Deathclaw. You know what's coming. Accept your fate. Perfect. He's running back into the cave. Should give me just enough to hit him. And he's dead. 3,000 XP. So these guys weren't that much in XP. I feel slightly cheated. I mean, sure, if these were tough Deathclaws, I would have probably gotten my ass kicked. But I've also gotten way more XP, and I'd have been happy about that. Yeah, I'm not fighting these things again, even though they'll give me as much XP as the Deathclaws. They're just not fun to fight. It's just not as fun to fight floaters. They have way too much... They're just way too much of a grind to kill individually. So, we will continue the madness, and... What did we run into this time? Some Deathclaws. Perfect! Can I go into here at least? I can. Well... I mean, these guys will bring a decent amount of XP a pop, but I have to be careful because, you know... Well, these don't even seem to be fire geckos, I guess. They're just a really high level of regular gecko or something. Which means the main attack I have to worry about isn't a problem anymore. Okay, we'll kill this one. Let We still got 3 over there at least that we can kill easily once we deal with this one too. Don't dodge me. There we go. I mean, that's another 1,500 XP easy, so... Yeah, between these, if I can kill the Deathclaws too on top of these, I'm basically looking at another... Looking at, what, maybe another 3,000, 4,000 XP. Depending on how many Deathclaws are there. Alright, we're down to just 2. And they all have died. Yep, less than 10,000 XP away from that next level up. These death claws will be a significant chunk of the way there, too. So, do I heal up? Yeah, I think I do. Because we're fighting death claws. It's going to take a lot to kill those. Getting the strength module upgrade is inserted is going to, I said, also be a boon for. Ooh, we will actually head a few steps forward. That way, the death claws are more likely to run into the mountain area, or shit. But that's not the one that worries me. It's this one right here. Okay, one of them is running away. That's bad. And he's running away. Oh, shit. I'm actually going to move over. I think what I'll do is I'll reload because I do want to have to deal with. Okay, by this point I have already. Okay. And he's already running away. And what's more, he's run that way. Okay, we'll move into this position. See if we can get him to actually... That's one down. Alright, we can kill hopefully these other ones and... Alright, they're running away again. That's fine, though. Enough for another haymaker, and a aimed one at that. Perfect. They're all running into this direction. All I have to do is let them block themselves in there, and we are golden. Okay, he is toast. Damn. Oh well. Alright, we'll kill this Deathclaw here and... Come on, let me fight you. He just yo-yos back and forth. No, don't go that way. No! Perfect. Now he has to go back into the cave. Or run along the wall. Either works for me. And he runs the one direction I don't want him to run. Oh well. I'll just kill his little buddy here. That's it. Run into there. I can actually outrun these Deathclaws a little bit, but I still would need to pay a bonus AP move just to be able to actually keep up. Actually, though, hold on. This is just enough for me to get in range and do a regular attack. And now he is screwed. Alright. So yeah, we have a way now to chase down at least the small ones. Should have the movement range for that. Yes, I do. He's gonna run this way. Yep. And even before I was able to click on it, he saw me. Just as I was clicking on it, actually, so. Holy shit, the detection range on that. Okay, can you please stop spotting me all the way from over there? Wait, can he actually go into this corner here and get trapped? He might actually just be able to get trapped because there's no despawn out of, or fast travel out of there. Okay, this makes it easy. And he is dead. And there we go. We're now just over 6,000 XP from leveling up again. And we're still going to get a couple more points into unarmed anyways. Because what do we have here? More Deathclaws. Perfect. So this is exactly what I want to see. Okay, here comes the pain. Oh, that's the worst possible thing. Okay, now I can potentially finish this Deathclaw off. Or at least do so much damage to it that it will run away. If it's stunned, though, then that's perfect. That is a possibility. It is stunned. Okay, so I think that regular Deathclaw is good as dead right now. If I can keep it stunned, we're perfect. And I could. How far is he gonna go? Well, he is gonna run away, but not his buddy here, which is... Alright. So here's the plan. I'm going to knock him into the corner there, and then I'm going to corner camp him too. Not corner camp, but just keep him pinned as I continue to beat the shit out of him. Okay, that works. Another 3,200 XP. Fighting then, killing this one will get me up to 4,000. And after that point, yeah, I'd be looking at about 4,000 more to level up. Or less than. I could do it with another Deathclaw fight, basically. If I can get this thing to actually... Okay, I need to avoid... Perfect. So it can't really go this way, but it'll go this way and get stuck, and that'll allow me my opportunity. Alright, he is dead. Time to get my heal up. Give me more XP, Deathclaws. Yeah, exactly. We also, like I said, already found Vault 15, so there's some stuff we can do there, too, later on. As well as, of course, Shady Sands. Both of that will be very nice. Okay, let's continue the madness. And beat the shit out of some more Deathclaws, if we can find them. What do we have here? Oh, this is a Wizard of Oz reference. If I can find the oil can. Yes, oil can. Oil can. You have no idea how long I've been stuck here. Well, take this for your trouble. I have to go. Thanks. We got some ammo out of it. I guess this really does mean that the Enclave don't have a heart. I wonder what happens when we use it on ourselves. It does nothing. Unfortunate. Oh well. Yeah, that was a fun little... Ooh, some aliens. Here we go. Here's some XP for us. Ah, nuts. So there were some tough aliens in the crowd there. Neat. No crits out of that. That's unfortunate. But yeah, this Slayer perk is going to be so insanely good when we get it. I'll just be able to spam unaimed haymakers all day, I think, and it'll still... be more than enough, I think. Okay. One of these aliens is completely dead. They did knock us down again. That seems to be a recurring theme, but you know what? With the additional AP that we have, we can still make do with it. Okay. We've got 3 of them that are just knocked out for an extended period of time, and one of them that... Oh, this one's just stunned, so yeah, it's going to be an easy kill. Alright, trying to kill off the rest of them. I missed. Okay, that one didn't. So we killed another one of them. This one's very much alive and is going to be a problem. And because his buddy is standing behind him, I could just keep punching the shit out of him. And now his buddy's dead too. Oh, we actually got enough to level up. I'm surprised by that. We're at 168 unarmed. We'll hit... I think we should at the very bare minimum hit 170 with the strength module, strength and upgrade. Floaters, the one enemy that I didn't want to fight. So yeah, I think the play here is we continue picking fights with the various enemies that we've got here. When we get the GEC, that should be another 10,000 XP for doing that quest, so that's something extra. The vertebrate plans are, of course, the big moneymaker quest, and we already did that. Because combining giving it to the Brotherhood along with either of the other two factions in San Francisco, you can get 3,000 XP right there. Easy peasy. And we did it. I don't want to fight fire geckos if I can avoid that too, so that's another enemy I don't want. Centaurs with the floaters. Okay, we'll fight that. Why the hell? At least we'll fight the centaurs. The floaters can go to hell, but the... We'll kill the two centaurs. That'll get us the some XP that way at least, and then we'll be good. But I hate fighting the floaters. They just take so long to die. So we knocked out both of the centaurs like that. Oh no. Well, if we can kill these two centaurs, like I said, we'll go ahead and head to San Francisco and upgrade ourselves. It's one down. Well, I can outrun you guys, though, so... See how they're slowly falling back? Yeah, they can't just keep up the pace thanks to the 2 extra AP I've got. I could get the other 2 ranks in AP move, which would give me up to 16 AP when you talk about moving. Or at least 4 specifically for moving, plus the 12 for anything that okay, I don't care. The very fact that we're fighting... Oh, shit. I just remember... Yeah, this is going to be a So basically, every single Deathclaw I can kill has to be done while it is still pissed off and willing to fight me. Otherwise, I lose out. Lovely. I think if I move, say, 7 paces, that should be enough to force these things to actually... Okay, that should be enough. I at least want this large Deathclaw to be killed. Perfect. We can finish him off, maybe. Miss. Okay, that large one is dead. I'm going to continue to bully this one, just maximize the chance keeping it stunned. Okay, this is my perfect chance. So I think we might have a winning strat for these. Focus on them one at a time instead of even when they're hit out of range like that. Okay, he is stunned. We're gonna keep hitting him. He's dead. And he is stunned. So that's going to be another bunch of easy XP. Damn it. Well, I can still outrun his ass. So all I need is another crit to really screw him up and stun him, and he is dead. Okay, Deathclaw killed. Oh, this one's now aggroed on us. That is perfect. Well, that's what? 3 small Deathclaws plus a large one. He already suffered 100 points of damage. He is running from the fight, but it will not be enough because I'm going to chase him down and do the exact same thing. Village idiot beat soup endangered species, the video of the game. Yep. And he does not have the movement points to actually stay safe. All I have to do is run catch up to him like that, and he is dead. That gave him an extra turn, because now I can't actually chase him down proper. But it only gave him a turn, so if I can kill him on this turn, he is gone. Nope. Screw it. Now that we've made it to the outskirts of San Francisco, basically. Might run into some of those mercenaries, but looks like the mercenaries don't want to mess with me right now. Perfect. So my XP is high enough that I could go for an extra level up on this and end up as level 22, and that would get me enough to hopefully level 22 does put me into the territory of being able to get a very short, or get the final perk I need to basically beat the game. But I want to have a little bit of fun with it before I do that. Me want stronger. Alright, now did it actually... It didn't actually bump up my... It did bump up my strength, but it didn't bump up the skill, which is annoying. I was hoping it would. Oh well, at least I now have max strength even without that. Me glow in dark. So now the radiation is no longer a problem. Well, chat, do I go for it? It's another, what, 15,000 XP before I get there? I could just call it now, though. It's been at it for 2 hours. I think that's good enough for this stream. We'll be able to do some stuff in, say, the NCR. It'll also give some time to do some stuff for Vault 15 if I really want, if there's anything there to do. Yeah, we'll just sell that for 3,000 and then call it, I guess. Because 3,000 is a lot. We seem to actually at least be a little bit stronger. Because now we're at 192 HP, so... So there is that. And yeah, once like I said, once I get to, say, 200 skill points, then I'll finally get the other free ones I can get and boost it up to 225 really quick. That's a lot. So and that should be the perfect stopping point. So, or actually, it might be 201 or so. That way, I can basically get an entire couple of levels easy, or a whole bunch of levels easy there. But yeah, I think this is where we'll go ahead and call it. So yeah, this has been Ace. I hope you've enjoyed watching me play some more Fallout 2 as much as I've enjoyed playing it, and I hope to see you all again soon. Until then, take care. Ace out.